real sad part was I was very close to a save spot right there. So that was unfortunate. So I'm going to attempt to destroy these things, which is how you defeat them in Ys 1. That's not how you do it here. We have a different thing to solve our upcoming problem. But this is me testing to see if I could destroy some of these cracked pillars with a one of my magics, which is not possible. And I'm looking for the one that's supposedly more cracked than the others. So, anywho, it doesn't work. It does not work here. You have to do that in Ys 1. You don't do it here. The long story short, I had the game over. I skipped back to this point in gameplay so that we wouldn't have to redo everything. So we're right back to where I game overed. Excuse me. So, I unfortunately, as I pointed out earlier, I missed a treasure chest earlier because I didn't realize I needed to use my mask that reveals hidden objects. So what we finally made to the save spot here. I was actually just, you know, mere inches away from getting here. Kind of sucks I died on the first run. So I'm gonna save. We're gonna go into this corridor. This Devil's Corridor, which is the same as the Devil's Corridor from first game. I'm losing health. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna leave here so that this cutscene will play out. What was that? Horrible noise felt like it was boring in my brain. Kind of trapped up by the enemy to find a way to combat it. So we're gonna save. We're not gonna save. We are going to teleport down to the tower base to try and get some information. See if I can't figure this out, because I need a little more information, obviously, as to how to defeat this. Gases released by the demons are having quite a variety of effects on the surrounding land and inhabitants. One of the most unfortunate is Lady Rhea's beloved Ruse is being transformed. Really sad, they're sacred creatures, yet they'll never be able to set foot in Solomon's Shrine again. Still don't seem vicious, they change shape of Go, mostly cosmetic as far as I can determine. If you come across one, I'd recommend trying to befriend it. More than likely it means you no harm. Find yourself stuck, please do not hesitate to use the Leah Shell. We'll give you some hints. Let's continue to build forces on the upper levels. Seems like sorcerers, the knights, Claror, bring it to me, make your ship stronger. So we're going to teleport back up to where we were just at. And then I'm going to get a hint from the lady that I just talked to via the Leah Shell. You've spoken to Leah Shell. How's the search? Well, actually, grabs a large inner spear, thickening music. Sorcerers mentioned something about this in the corridor earlier. Apparently the wind is being pulled from the outside magic altar in some sort of deadly music, for lack of a better term. Wind? What should I do? Well, if you can figure out exactly how the delivery mechanism sound works, seems like it might take some time and try and counter it with a different kind of song. Different kind how sounds being generated physically, but the effects is clearly magical. Some sort of holy magic would work. So we know that we've got got her harmonica. We don't remember the song, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to attempt to play the harmonica here, which isn't going to work because I don't know the song. So what we're gonna do is we have to backtrack here. Excuse me. So that we have to make our way to get a item. Once we do that, we'll be able to solve the issue. So I'm gonna backtrack here now. So unfortunately, I was not successful in destroying the pipes, which is what I thought I needed to do. So I'm gonna go talk to this here Rue. I don't know how I do that. I occasionally am doing that, and I don't know how I do it. Rue appears to be hungry. Poor guy. Doing a place like this. Guess it can't leave you out here just because of the noise, huh? So, the missing treasure chest. Just sort of as a spoiler, the missing treasure chest that I haven't gotten is is whatever they call that, Rotifruit. So I gotta backtrack to it so I can get the Rotifruit, so he can teach me the song, so we can continue. Now, I suppose if I had enough health, I might be able to tank this. But what has to happen is I have to... Isn't that great? I'm doing great. Doing great. Doing great. Look how great I'm doing here. Anywho. So... So I'm actually going to backtrack to get the fruit, the Rotifruit, and then since I have the Rotifruit, we'll warp back here and allow me to learn the song. And then with the song, we'll be able to negate the the miasma. What's bizarre, as I've mentioned before, is I've lost my sense of temper. I lost a sense of taste, at least for right now. So I'm drinking things like cranberry juice and tea. I know what they should taste like, and I have the whatever you want to call it, sensation, you know, of what cranberry, you know, or orange juice or tea does when you drink it, you know, the slightly acidic nature of those things. Well, not tea, obviously, but, you know. But I have no taste buds, or I have no taste, you know, I can't taste it, so it just, everything tastes like, you know, nothing, or it tastes like water, if you will. Me. So I understand how not good it is not to have taste buds. So like if I'm eating something rotten, I can't taste it, so I don't know that it's rotten. The same time, it's kind of like, oh, I could eat anything. I could eat the stuff I hate and I wouldn't taste it and be all psychosomatic if I didn't like it. Yeah, in case you guys don't remember, just because I put the mask on doesn't mean the enemies disappear. They're still there. What's kind of interesting, I think, about this game is there are treasure chests, and we'll come across a couple of them as we move along, that are optional, but like most of the treasure chests in this game are not optional. That Rotafruit I had to get is required in order to continue, because again, the Devil's Corridor, I gotta be able to defeat all of the red enemies in the Devil's Corridor before dying. And obviously get to safety, so I'm losing too much HP too quickly. I'm losing, let's see here, about 11 or 9 to 10 it looks like. And I have to be able to kill all of the enemies in the corridor that are red, and they go all the way up to a door that's closed off by a magical seal. I believe that's the original sound from the original Ys for that harmonica. Waiting for our health, and now we're going to play the harmonica, and we're going to clear out this miasma, and then that'll allow me to focus on the red enemies that I need to kill to progress. The horrible noise is gone. Now I can focus on not dying. Ugh. Excuse me. One of the things that I struggled with in this was remembering which direction, when given a branch of directions, which one is the path forward and which one results in a you know, dead end per se. And you know, and second question is, am I gonna have to backtrack to this area? And I kind of presumed that, much like many RPG games, that you would see something at the beginning of the game, in the middle of the game, you wouldn't be able to reach it, and then after you get your, Metroidvania-esque high jump boot, you'll be able to accomplish it. Be able to go get it. Well, that's not exactly the way it goes. And I end up missing... There's a treasure chest directly below my character right now, and I don't realize at this point, though I will before long, that I have everything I need to get this already. Because there's an upcoming perk that you get, the double jump. And I thought I needed the double jump to get this thing, but I can actually... This is the part that I was talking about, the platforming. This is definitely more difficult than the first platforming that you have to do. But you can use your wind magic hover to get over there, which I will do eventually, but I don't have right now. And I just sort of presumed at this point, because of that treasure chest being out of reach, this one being out of reach, to me initially, that I needed my double jump in order to get these, but I'm able to get both of these without the double jump. So you don't actually have to backtrack through here. However, I am going to fall into this lava pit a number of times because I don't know why I missed this. These blocks, they're a straight line, you just have to press forward, but I keep taking an angle for some reason. Look how the enemies are not affected by drowning or lava pits. I mean, I get it. You don't want them just, you know, just have your player character just try and lure all the enemies into the, you know, somehow speed run your way here and then just lure hundreds of enemies into the lava pit for easy experience. I don't know. That just seems a little counterintuitive to me, but whatever. I suppose if it ended up saving you you know, some time, it would make sense, but... I watched an interesting video, and I hope I haven't mentioned this already, because I'm not going to go too far in depth with this subject, because it's not related to what we're doing right now. But I watched an interesting video about Super Smash Bros. Melee, which apparently is the only version of Smash that exists in a competitive tournament status that anyone is willing to play. You'll see people, pick up Street Fighter Super Turbo, but they'll also pick up Third Strike and the Alpha 2 and Alpha 3 and play these games at tournaments, though they're not, humongous, I suppose. But when it comes to Smash Brothers, it's either the current game, but even if it is the current game, it's always going to be Melee, and I don't know why that is. Anyways, get to the point. They asked the question, how many viable characters are there in Smash? And they talked about, well, obviously, there's at least 4. And I can name them pretty much easily without too much of a stretch. And that would be Fox, Falco, Marth, and Jigglypuff. Like those are easily, the characters that stand out, that are, quote unquote top tier characters that have had long-term success with multiple players. So I know people in the Smash community will only argue that there's, 2 or 3, that being Fox and Falco / Marth. But, obviously you have more than just those 4 characters that are legitimate. Used in the right hands. I mean, you can see that Pikachu's top tier, Peach is top tier. I know Sheik is considered top tier, though a lot of people don't use her anymore. Samus has been up there. I say Pikachu, yeah, it's usable. I know Ice Climbers is only usable because of their grab glitch. It's just basically you get them in this, infinite grab, and you basically hit them until it's time to remove their stock. But I don't know. I think obviously the answer of how many legitimate characters, or how many, whatever you want to call it, usable characters are there in any game, it should be as close to 100% as you can get. Now, does that mean that, Marth or Roy or whoever, Fox, Falco, they should be usable against everybody? Well, no, they should have their matchups, So Fox may be good against, say, like, I don't know, like a Bowser character, or someone who's slower, someone you can, do a lot of quick damage to, and then, you know, get in, get out, do the knockout attack, and be done. Whereas he might not be as good as with, say, a character that's fast and strong, that's more balanced. You know, ideally, you know, you would want to do it sort of like a rock, paper, scissors situation where, you know, a real fast character is good against a real slow character, but loses out to, say, a all-arounder, and then the all-arounder tends to struggle with a very strong slow character because they're not fast enough. This is me backtracking. I believe I get both of these items I missed very quickly. So this right here is Clara ore, which kind of important. I want to use it to upgrade my weapon. I need to find all the Clara ores in this game in order to get to the max level. So that's one, and then the other one is going to be in this upcoming room. I think I get this. I don't think I have to backtrack again. Because what I realize here is when I come down here to fight these enemies, maybe I didn't realize it at this point, is that I get high enough that I can actually float using that. I guess I didn't realize it at this point. Well, I end up coming back here anyways at some point to fix this. Kind of hard for me to remember these things only because, you know, in addition to coming through the area the first time, I would backtrack here occasionally just sort of to gather up experience points. So sometimes, you know, I'd backtrack to an earlier area just so I could sort of have some enemy variety, you know. So I usually don't stay in an area very long because, you know, you get more experience obviously from the stronger guys and less experience from the weaker guys. And I believe the way the game's set up, that as you get higher up the tower, the enemies down at the bottom, as you outclass them in level, begin to give you less and less experience points, to the point that, like, you know, beginning, you know, once you've outclassed them by, say, 5 or 10 levels, they only give you 1 experience point. Lovely. So what I'm trying to figure out now is I clear out these video recordings and, you know, get them translated over into YouTube videos. Because I'm trying to figure out what I want to do with Hugo's campaign. I'm tempted, in order to shorten the play time, is to cheat myself kind of through the game. I don't want to, like, just max level myself right at the beginning of the game and just sort of cruise through it. But at the same time, so I've unlocked this treasure chest finally, which is the metal that I need to get into the boss room, which is going to be to my left, which I'm not going to go there right now. But eventually we will go to the left after I've leveled up. And then we're gonna fight the boss, which is kind of one of my, I wouldn't say it was my favorite boss in this game. I really like the rival battles where it's you versus another sprite character like Epona or what's his face that we just lost to. But he's kind of an interesting enemy type. Oh good, I gotta fight these guys. So what ends up happening here is I end up losing too much health, and I back off so that I can regain my health. Or do I die here? Might die here. No, I didn't die. Okay, good. That was me checking to see if my character auto heals inside the area. I know it does it when I get outside. I know it does do that. I am kind of missing the one very important thing that I need, which is there's a in the first game it was a healing ring, but in this game I believe it is a robe. So what we're going to do is heal ourselves up here by standing outside the tower, which is something that also occurred in the first game, which was kind of weird to me.